Sometimes I get comments on my videos that go somewhere along the lines of, Max, you have read my mind, this is just what I needed. And while I will not confirm or deny the fact that I may or may not possess mind powers, this week you guys read my mind because I got a question about what to do. What should a writer do when they're feeling emotionally and physically exhausted and they just can't bring themselves to write? Or to just be creative in general? That question could not have been more well timed for what I was going through. As of me recording these videos right now, I had a very harrowing last week or so, and it was very emotionally and physically stressful. It was actually so rough that I had to postpone the novel I was gonna start. My project for Camp NaNoWriMo had to get postponed because I was just so tired and so exhausted from things that had happened. And although I can't go back in time and fix the very stressful week I had, I can at least move forward from that. And as always, make the best out of the time we got. So today I have for you 3 little tips, 3 ways to heal when life gets in the way, to step out of the writing for a little bit, recharge your batteries, become reignited again with the desire to write, and get back into things once again. The foundation for our conversation today is that if you don't have it in you that day, it's okay to not write. If you are so tired and so exhausted, like I was, where the ideas just ain't coming, it's okay to stop. It's okay to take a day off. It's okay to take several days off. It's okay to slow down. Because, as I've always said, you must take care of the writer to take care of the writing. It bears repeating, so I'm gonna say it one more time. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to take breaks. It's okay to step away from the writing. It's fine. I am better off, I am happier with you taking a break than burning out. It is harder, it is exponentially harder to bounce back from burnout than bouncing back from a bad week. That wasn't one of my first tips. That's just establishing. I just have to lay this down here because there's a lot of things we have to unpackage. And, you know, anyone out there like myself dealing with mental illness relates very much to that sensation of, am I really feeling these things? Or am I just lazy? And the answer, of course, is you're not being lazy. You're actually exhausted. And our bodies yell at us to actually slow down. Like, scream to us to do it, and in part, the culture that we live in teach us to ignore it. To work harder, work longer hours, put in overtime, at the expense, more often than not, of our bodies. So, my tip number 1, and this is the biggest no-brainer, and you're all seeing it coming, so that's why I put it number 1. If you're emotionally and physically exhausted, and you can't bring yourself to sit down and write, then please, just rest. It's okay. It's okay. Take it from me. I'm the crazy one. I'm the crazy one who always has to be reminded of this themselves, okay? It's okay to just rest. It's okay to just rest. It's okay. Even if you only have 2 hours, 1 hour in the day to get writing done, it's okay to just spend that time resting. Especially when your body's just screaming out to you to just slow down. It's okay. Consider this your daily reminder to get to know yourself and understand your body's signals, especially when it's screaming at you to just rest. Now, it's completely understandable that you may not want to just sleep. Maybe you're not entirely physically exhausted. Maybe it's just mostly emotionally exhausted. You don't want to just go to bed early. You want to at least be a little bit productive in how you're spending your time. Even if it's not sitting down to write, you want to do things that are close to writing or writing related, and that's okay. That's why I have 2 other things you can do. One is more creative than the other, so I think I'll start with the least creative of the two. I don't know about you, but when I am emotionally tired, but not physically tired, and I have energy to do stuff, but I don't feel like being creative, and I don't feel like sitting down to write or brainstorming, what I like to do, and really what I find that ends up helping no matter what is to just take time and take care of the little things. Take care of your backlog. This video is going after the deadline for taxes in the United States, but it's good for you to take care of, you know, things like paperwork, if you're self-employed like myself, tracking your receipts, taking care of your finances. But of course, there are more mechanical things, such as actually cleaning your desk, reorganizing your supplies, and also, as always, one of my favorites, cleaning your hard drive and backing up everything. There are a lot of small things. There are a lot of small little tasks and ideas and reminders that kind of get buried over just life happening and working and being involved with your own personal goals and the people around you. You forget little things, and if it wasn't for my weekly reminders that I have for myself, such as reminding me to always back up my computer once a week, I would forget about it. And I'm certain that there must be at least a list of 5 things that you have been putting aside and ignoring, and if you are emotionally exhausted, but you got a little bit of energy in you, why not tackling those things? It can be things that are productive in functionality, like, you know, organizing your files on your computer, or just aesthetically pleasing things like reorganizing your desk, organizing your boards, finally sorting through your bookshelves, wink wink. It's okay. If what you want to do is to be productive in one way or another, it's good. I know from personal experience that our writing spaces tend to get pretty cluttered over time. And if you have the time, why not reorganize them? I think there are a few things in writing that make me feel as satisfied as cleaning the entire desk, reallocating the little decorations that I have, or just starting from zero and seeing how I reallocate things. More often than not, what helps is just changing our point of view. And if we're always facing the computer monitor, it's not exactly a bad thing to shift things around. Okay? Now, for those of you writerly friends like myself who sometimes feels exhausted, but not without the drive to be creative, there's one thing I recommend. There's one more. The third point on this triangle that I recommend when you're feeling a little tired and you just want to heal up. Find again the drive to be creative and to tell stories. And if you're writing a particular genre or subject, to find the drive to write about that once again. And this here is my favorite version of research. This is the best time in between projects. Usually when I am emotionally exhausted from finishing one project and moving to another one, it's time now to, if you're uncertain about a particular subject in your upcoming novel or in the novel you have right now, or if you are gathering ideas for what to write about, hey, writerly friend, it's time to gather documentaries, gather movies that excite you, shows that excite you, check out books from the library, or check out your gaming library and see if there is anything that excites you, or anything that relates to what you want to write about. This here is my favorite form of research. It's not research in the form of wanting an answer for a question, but rather research to get immersed in a particular subject, topic, or setting. It's something that I did recently. When I finished my previous book and I started working on this new one, I wanted to write about giant robots, so I reached out to my followers on Twitter, to some of my friends, and I asked them, hey, what giant robot media that I haven't seen should I check out? And I immersed myself in those things. And right now, on my off time, I'm watching some more to continue on the research, to absorb the elements in other fiction, in other mediums, to enrich oneself. The same way that a plant takes in from the nutrients in the soil and the water and the sun, and it grows, so can our ideas grow by taking in from the media around us, whether it is books and movies and games, take in from the things that excite you. And honestly, when you're feeling tired and you really just wanna lay in your bed and watch movies, I think one way to still be effective, to still be productive, actually productive, do a little bit of research. It really is the hardest thing. Slowing down and just taking the time to step away from the writing and just recharge. It's hard. And sometimes you need more than a day, more than a week, and that's okay. It really is okay. Because, and no matter how hard it may seem, I think it's better for you. I think it's better for me to slow down, to bite that bullet and slow down, than burning out. Because coming back from burnout is really, really, really hard. I hope today's video was insightful, and I hope that if anything I gave you another point of view. My name is Max, also known as OCRemix. I do these writing advice videos twice a week on YouTube, and today's subject is here thanks to a question from a viewer just like you. So if you have an idea for a topic or something you would like me to talk about in a future video, let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, I would like to urge you to consider pledging to my Patreon over at patreon.com/OCRemix. By pledging as little as $1 a month, you get to watch these videos a week in advance, and of course, you also get to appear in the end screen of the video during the shoutouts. Which reminds me, I would like to give a big special shout out to A. Howard, Amelia, Angela, Brenda, Harriet Holman, Irina Phoenix, Joe, Luki, Mark Maruska, Patch Eichenson, Rain Misoa, and Soul Muse. Thank you so much, you guys. I had a bit of a rough week, but I've been taking care of myself. I've been resting, I've been taking care of the little things, and I've been doing a lot of research. Watching a lot of Gundam. I want you to please take care of yourself. Take care of the writer. It's the only way. It's the only way. I know it's very easy to be hard on ourselves, but please, if you want to take care of that writing, if you want to make sure you finish all of those books, you must take care of yourself first. Okay? Okay.